Big story tonight is the Republican presidential debate in Colorado. The top 10 contenders sparring tonight in the third of 11 debates.
Each vying to stay alive in the polls. We have team coverage from the University of Colorado Boulder campus tonight. KRDO News Channel 13's Heather Skold and Angelica Lombardi are standing by. We want to start with Heather, who brings us highlights from the debate. Heather.
Yeah, James and Rana, a lively night for the Republicans tonight in left-leaning Boulder, the third of 11 debates scheduled for them. So the question remains, who would keep their lead in the top two polling candidates, Trump or Carson? Staying cordial and comical.
Well, gee, after the last debate, I was told that I didn't smile enough.
Didn't last long.
When you signed up for this was a 6-year term, and you should be showing up to work. I mean, literally, the Senate, what is it, like a French work week? You get like 3 days where you have to show up?
Not with each other.
But then his poll numbers tanked. That's why he's on the end.
Not against the moderators.
You look at the questions. Donald Trump, are you a comic book villain? Ben Carson, can you do math? John Kasich, will you insult two people over here? Marco Rubio, why don't you resign? Jeb Bush, why have your numbers fallen? How about talking about the substantive issues people care about?
Tonight's debate focusing on the economy.
92% of the jobs lost during Barack Obama's first term belonged to women.
And each other's finances.
Here's the truth. I didn't inherit any money. My dad was a bartender, my mother was a maid. They worked hard to provide us the chance at a better life.
And the finances of the older generation.
If this country does not keep its promise to seniors, then what promise can this country hope to be trusted to keep? And the fact is, none of them.
Others taking the opportunity to trump their platform.
We can do a wall. We're going to have a big, fat, beautiful door right in the middle of the wall. We're going to have people come in, but they're coming in legally. And Mexico's going to pay for the wall.
All of this too big to fail stuff and picking and choosing winners and losers, this is a bunch of crap. And it is really causing a great deal of problems for our society right now.
And then a shot at the Democrats.
The mainstream media is going around saying it was the greatest week in Hillary Clinton's campaign. It was the week she got exposed as a liar. It was the week that she got exposed as a liar.
Also, a reference to Colorado's marijuana laws.
Let's talk about marijuana. We're broadcasting from Colorado.
Sending mixed signals to kids about drugs is a disaster.
I was glad to see that the audience was engaged.
I think we won. Well, we're number one, by the way, but I think we won the debate. According to everybody, it seems that we won the debate. Thank you.
So who won tonight's debate? Well, you told us in our online poll on KRDO.com. You said that Trump won over Carson tonight. Of course, you can still voice your opinion on KRDO.com. Not everyone happy with tonight's outcome, though. KRDO News Channel 13's Angelica Lombardi was out in the middle of all of those protesters. Angelica?
Heather, things have calmed down since earlier today. Right now, all of the protesters have left, but that was not the case earlier today when hundreds of people covered this lawn, all holding signs and chanting, trying to get their messages across to tonight's candidates. Crowds covered the University of Colorado Boulder campus, many marching in with posters in hand, pushing for gun control.
People should be able to go to the church and pray without being fearful that they're going to be killed at church, or they should be able to go to college or first grade and not fear that they're going to be killed with a gun.
Donald Trump was the only candidate asked about the topic. He said gun-free zones are a target practice for the mentally ill, and he would change policies. Something this group of protesters wanted to see discussed.
The fact is that every year in this country, about 32,000 people, are killed by guns. That is not an acceptable situation.
Others protested hedge funds, saying the political system donates too much money.
How are we going to fund things, right? I think, you know, you look at Donald Trump and Jeb Bush, and they all agree that hedge funds should be paying more. But when you really look at their policies, you know, taxes are going to get lower and lower.
Not everyone here was protesting tonight's event. There were several groups who wanted to create awareness.
Veteran issues haven't really been brought up all that much. We want to make sure that, veterans are getting a voice and that we are getting represented.
Planned Parenthood supporters also were vying for attention, just one of hundreds of people hoping their messages spread far beyond tonight's debate into next year's election. And several protesters we spoke with say their messages are not stopping here. They'll continue to raise awareness at the upcoming Republican and Democratic debates. Live in Boulder, Angelica Lombardi, KRDO News Channel 13.